This is 3.1 chemistry. Let's start. Very, very easy. Should be a quick 10-minute recording. Calculate the concentration of H plus in KOH, 0.06 KOH. Okay, what do? You dissociate it. KOH gets you K plus OH minus. Okay, this is how much? 0.06, right? So if this is 0.06, how much is the concentration of OH? They have the same coefficient, so it's going to be 0.06, right? Okay, so يعني OH is 0.06. بدهم هن الهيدروجين, right? How do you find hydrogen? Always divide 10 minus 14 over 0.06. Oh, you should get this answer. Let me just put it على السريع. Shit. على 0.06. You get 1.7 times 10 minus 13. I think also the same numbers came in the AMS. A substance that dissolves partially is obviously weak. HCl and NaOH are strong, because HCl, you guys know, is strong. NaOH is strong. The weak acids in CH3COOH, as well as H2SO3. Also HCOH. I'm looking at my notes. And C6H5COH. These are anything that has COOH is weak. It was in the notes, just like letting you know, but they never really ask this. If it does help, go over the CA quizzes يعني على السريع, because they have a lot of questions that like she gets a lot of questions from the CA quizzes دايما. Okay, anyway, KOH dissociates in water as follows, like this. Okay, it dissociates completely, right, because it's a single arrow. Given KW is this, what is KOH? Obviously strong. Why is it strong? Because it dissociates completely. If the arrow was like this, then it would be partial dissociation. Okay, but this is complete. Okay, so it's strong. And then they said calculate they said calculate OH and H plus. KOH, they wrote the reaction for you. They said 0.03 NaOH. Okay, it's the same thing, by the way, 0.03. ما فرقت. نحن we only care about the OH, right? They both have OH, يعني ما فرقت. I'll use this. You don't know عشان you guys don't get mixed up. It's the same reaction. Okay, Na plus OH minus. Okay, you have how much? You have 0.03. So how much is OH? Since they have the same coefficient, it's going to be 0.03. Then أكيد OH will be this. How do you get H plus? 10 to the minus 14 over 0.03. You get 3.3 times 10 to the minus 13. They said 2SF, huh? Question 4. BaOH2 is a strong base that dissociates completely in water. 2.5 grams of BaOH are dissolved in 100 milliliters of solution. Given BaOH, Okay, calculate the concentration. How do you calculate concentration? It's N over V. Okay, what is the moles of BaOH? They gave us the mass and they gave us the molar mass. So we have to go N of BaOH is equal to M over M, grade 9 formula. The mass is 2.5 grams. Remember, in chemistry, we keep it in grams, not kilograms. Physics is kilograms. 2.5 over the molar mass, 172. 2.5 divided by 172. You get, let's just round this to 0.015. Okay, divided by, this is the moles. So we put 0.015. Divided by the volume a day, it's 100 ml. يعني 0.1. You divide, you're gonna get 0.15. Okay, they said 2SF, so just round this to 2SF, you get 0.015. Okay. Calculate, let me put it now. Calculate the concentration of H plus and OH minus. Now, can we calculate the concentration? Right, it's dissociation. Right, you get Ba2 plus and OH minus. But it's 2 here, so what do we put? 2. Okay, people will skip this step, they'll get the answer wrong. قد ايه عندك BaOH? You have 0.15 from part A. يعني قد ايه OH هيكون عندك 0.3 because it's 2 multiply by 2. 0.15 times 2 is 0.30. For OH will be 0.30. قد ايه H plus? How do you do it? 10 minus 14 over this. We calculated it in a previous question. You get this same numbers. يعني that's what I'm trying to say. Anyway, yep. Question 5 نفس الشيء. These are the same questions. Okay, they gave you H2SO4 is a strong acid that dissociates completely. La 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 la. They gave you moles. They gave you volume. Calculate concentration. C is equal to N over V. Okay, moles. This, like in the previous question, they gave us mass and molar mass, so we actually had to calculate the moles. But here they gave you the moles directly, so you can calculate the concentration directly. So 0.0075 على volume 250 ml in liters at 0.25. You should get this, but let me just write it because I skip steps. I think, people, they know how to solve. At the end, they get confused. We're like, oh, how do you get this? 0.03. 2SF at 0.003. 0.030. Calculate the concentration of H plus OH minus. How do you calculate H plus? Dissociate it, H2SO4. Dissociate. It's an acid, so do we get H plus or OH minus? We get H plus, right? H plus, SO4, 2 minus. Balance, you have 2, so you have to put 2 here. Adel H2, how much H2SO4? 0.030. It's 2H plus, so what do? You multiply by 2. So you get this. Then OH minus, you divide 10 minus 14 by this, and you get this. By the way, I don't know if you realize, but all of them are the same numbers, and all the concentrations I'm dividing 10 to the power minus 14 by are either 0.03 or 0.06. I don't know why. But anyway, calculate the concentration of H plus OH minus. In this, guys, this is the same questions over and over again. You dissociate this. Yeah, you're going to get Na plus and OH minus. How much do you have? 0.050. So you're going to have how much OH? Same coefficient, so you just keep it as 0.050. They said scientific notation. How do you make the scientific notation? 1, 2, so 5. They said 2SF, so 5.0 times 10 to the power of, we move 2 times, so minus 2. Okay? And then H plus, what do you do? 10 to the minus 14 divided by 0.050. And you're going to get 2.0 times 10 minus 13. These questions are nice and petite. Please make sure you know how to solve all of these, because I'm convinced you're going to get at least 3 or 4 questions, 5 questions from calculate H plus, calculate OH minus. Again, now 0.8 grams of NaOH dissolved in the volume. Calculate the concentration of H plus and OH minus. NaOH dissociates into Na plus, OH minus. Guys, these are the same questions. بدون OH minus. Do we have the concentration of NaOH? No, we have the mass, we have the volume, and they gave us the molar mass. They didn't give us the molar mass, but you can calculate it. Okay. So, أول شيء we need to find the concentration of NaOH, and C equals N over V. Don't have the moles, but I have the mass and I have the molar mass. N is equal to M over M. Right? Adel mass 0.8. Adel molar mass of NaOH. Let's add it up. 23. Na is 23. O is 16. H is 1. You add these up, you're going to get 40. 23, 39, 40. You're going to get 40. Okay? 0.8 over 40. Let's see how many moles that is. 0.8 divided by 40. You get 0.02. So that means the concentration here, no, that means the moles is 0.02. Let's find the concentration now. We found the moles. So we put C is equal to 0.02 over the volume a day, 0.1 liters, right? Divide by 1000. And you're going to get 0.2 when you divide this. Okay, so that means the concentration of NaOH is 0.2. That means the concentration of OH, since they have the same coefficient, is also 0.2. But since they wanted scientific notation, so to 2SF, so you're going to move it 1 to the right, obviously. 2 times 10 to the minus 1. But since you want 2SF, so you put 2.0. H plus 10 to the minus 14 over 2.0 times 10 to the minus 1. You're going to get this. Okay. Question 8. What is a substance that dissolves in water to give conducting ions? Guys, electrolyte. This is a good question. You should know it. Substances like what with aqueous solution strongly conduct electricity are what? Okay, obviously from the choices, you're going to pick the strong electrolyte or the strong base or acid, whatever. In this case, sodium hydroxide is a strong base. All hydroxides are strong, I think, except I think ammonia is a weak base. I really need to find this out. Wait. Yeah. So I'm going to write this quickly. The weak bases, strong acids, all acids except COOH, anything that contains COOH, like CH3, COOH, okay, that's weak. Also H2SO3. These are my weak acids. And then strong bases except MgOH2 and NH3. Okay. Strong bases all dissolve completely to form conducting solutions, right? But there's one exception, and that's CaOH2. It's strong, however, it's the only base that's strong but has a partial dissociation. Okay, so you might see this in the exam because it was mentioned in class to me. You might see this in a question in case it comes, and they'd give you the double arrow, and people say, "Oh shit, double arrow, يعني it's weak." But لا, calcium is the only one that has a partial dissociation, but it's a strong base. Okay, please memorize this. The only weak bases are MgOH2 and H3. The only weak acids are COOH and H2SO3. Okay, not H2SO4. H2SO4 is sulfuric acid, which is strong. H2SO3. So let's go back here. Anything that strongly conducts electricity, sodium hydroxide. I actually want to see what the choices were here. Let me open. Okay, yeah. So obviously, by the way, water. If they do ask it, water is an electrolyte. Okay, it is an electrolyte, but it's very weak. And it's probably the weakest one. And I have it written down here. Water is a very, very weak electrolyte. Okay, because H2O actually has a partial dissociation to form H plus and OH minus. So it actually dissociates to form ions. Okay, but it's very weak. Okay, in case they ask it, water is a very weak electrolyte. Is it an electrolyte? Yes, but it's very weak. Okay, acetic acid. Acetic acid is COOH. Okay, anything that has COOH, like I told you, that's weak. So akid sodium hydroxide, you should all know it's very strong base. Akid, it's strong. Okay, because since he said strongly conduct and strong. Weakly conduct, and it's a weak electrolyte. What are the examples? Sodium hydroxide, it's obviously strong base. Hydrochloric acid, strong acid. Ethanoic acid. Well, I think ethanoic acid is H2SO3, but let me make sure of this. Ethanoic acid. It's this. Yeah, It's CH3COOH. Okay. Yeah. So let's continue here. Drag and drop to complete the following equation. Okay. Yeah, water at 25 degrees Celsius. Kw is 10 minus 14. And OH at 25 degrees Celsius in water is equal to H plus is equal to 1 times 10 to minus 7. 11, you have, okay, H2O, 57. Okay, yeah, this one, it's not required. We don't have the section. Let me show you. 3.1.2 is not included over here. How Kw changes with temperature, it's not required. Okay, you don't need to know this. But in case they ask it, when you increase the temperature, Kw increases because it absorbs energy. Okay, so there's just more energy. So obviously Kw will increase. In case they ask it. Okay, but it's not required, it wasn't taught in class, and it's not for the material in the periodic. Okay, so skip question 11. What is present in all aqueous solutions? Obviously OH and H plus, guys. Very, very straightforward. If we add NaOH to pure water, what will be greater than what? NaOH has what? OH. So obviously the concentration of OH will be greater than H plus. They put Na plus to trick you. Some people will choose it. I don't know why. But no. In any solution, you always have OH and H plus. But when you add NaOH, what's it going to add is going to have more OH than H plus. Okay. Question 14. For all aqueous solutions, Kw is equal to what? H plus times OH minus, right? Remember, if we go back to question 10, OH plus is equal to H plus, OH minus is equal to H plus, 1.7 times 10 to the minus 7. So basically 10 to the minus 7, right? Times 10 to the minus 7 is equal to what? 10 to the minus 14, which is equal to the equilibrium constant of water. Remember when we had K equilibrium, it would be the concentration of the products times, let's say product 1 times concentration of product 2 divided by the concentration of the reactants. If you have water, it's a liquid, it dissociates, okay, it may dissociate partially, it dissociates to form H plus and OH minus. So what are my products? It's H plus and OH minus. You multiply the concentrations. And since your reactant is a liquid, we don't count it. Remember, we don't count liquids and solids. We only count gases and aqueous solutions. Okay, because H plus and OH minus are aqueous. So that's how you get the equilibrium constant for H2O. It's H plus OH minus. Okay. So if we go back to 14, Okay, for all aqueous solutions, Kw is equal to H plus OH minus. Also, that we proved it. And remember when we would find OH minus, and then they would ask us how much is the OH is the H plus. You divide 10 to the minus 14 over H plus, as over OH minus. You get H plus. Like I'm just trying to explain it in every way. Anyways, that's 3.1. It's done. Skip question 11. I'm gonna take down a notepad. And take down any questions you have to skip. So let me see. Questions to skip for chemistry, periodic, term 1, week 10. 3.1, question 11. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Good luck.